Just going to wait for some people to hop on, guys. What's up? What's up? Looks like some people are starting to join. Looks like you got the notifications. I don't know how you guys heard. Maybe email. What's up? Looks like some people. Maybe they sent you an email, or you got a notification from YouTube. How you doing, guys? Drop some comments so I know you're here. I want to talk about this. Man, it feels good. Hey, what's up, Derek? Feels good to be back on YouTube Live. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about Dogecoin because shit's crazy. Let's just say that. Shit is crazy. I don't know if I could say that word on YouTube. My bad. Things are getting crazy. All right. There is a lot of money. What's up, Lone Wolf? I miss having McDonald's with you at 3 a.m. in Hua Hin, Thailand, with beautiful Thai women next to us. I miss that, bro. Man, we got to, when we cross paths again in this crazy world, we're going to have to do another YouTube video now that I have a much bigger audience than I did back then. But good to hear from you, bro. Yeah, Derek, I like Trump too, and the comeback tour is on. The comeback tour is on. They tried to silence that man, and instead of using Twitter, he's now using press releases, which are vastly more elegant. Anyway, I don't know. Do you guys have Dogecoin? Let me know if you guys bought Dogecoin. And I'm going to be blunt. I don't have any Dogecoin. Dogecoin. Let me pull up an article for you guys. Dogecoin. Yeah, of course. I was telling people this whole time. Well, first, hold on. Let me pull this article up. Share screen. Dogecoin. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right, guys. So, holy crap. This is wild. All right. So, check it out, guys. Let's talk Dogecoin real quick. Let's talk crypto real quick. The crypto market in general is on fire right now. All right. It is on fire. And what I find to be super interesting about the crypto market this time is that Bitcoin isn't the one rising. This to me is mind-boggling. If you look historically at trends, Bitcoin was always the market leader. Now, there is Bitcoin season and then there's altcoin season when money goes from Bitcoins to altcoins. That could be what's happening now. But the biggest difference here is Ethereum. The Ethereum network, Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, they are getting such a big spotlight right now. And if you look at the prices of Ethereum, which I'm invested in, holy moly. If you invested in Ethereum 1 month ago, you could have got in at $1,900 a coin. And if you look at it today, it's at $3,500 a coin. So you would have made you would have almost doubled your money. Well, no, sorry, it's at 3,400 right now. So you're up 15. Yeah, you would have almost doubled your money on Ethereum. Ethereum Classic, however, if you invested a month ago, you could have gotten at $14. And now, as we speak, it's at $64. You would have 5 times your money in 1 month. So, I'm a big fan of Ethereum. It's got great technology. It's getting a big spotlight. Now, again, before I continue saying, I want to be clear, this is not financial advice. This is not financial advice. I'm saying it again. This is not financial advice. Do not invest based on what you hear from me today, okay? Do not invest based on this chat. Do your own research. Talk to your financial experts, analysts. Do not invest on anything based on this live stream. I want to be clear. Second thing I want to say is that no one's paying me for this. I don't have any money. Ethereum, the company, is not paying me. I'm an Ethereum holder, but I'm not being paid by anybody. to be pro Ethereum. Also, Dogecoin. I don't have any Dogecoin. I never touched Dogecoin. I avoided Dogecoin, but I'm very happy for the people that have Dogecoin because I do believe Dogecoin is going to do some big things on Saturday, and I'll get into that in a second. So someone here says, I didn't buy Bitcoin because I was too lazy to look up how to buy it in 2010. I would have 10 million now if I had been a little less lazy. So that's Starseed. Obviously, everybody wishes they could go back 11 years and bought Bitcoin. I mean, that is by far the number one investment anyone could have made in the last 100 years, probably. I don't know about 100 years, but the last decade for sure. Nothing comes close to Bitcoin. It's like Bitcoin, other cryptos, and then in the stock market, it's Tesla. Tesla is the number one stock in the past 10 years, and crypto is the number one investment vehicle in the last 10 years. Destroys real estate. In general, it might not in the future, but as the last 10 years, the Bitcoin gains, crypto gains have destroyed real estate. Although I still recommend real estate as part of your portfolio because of the passive income stream from renters, as well as the increase in value of your investment. So you get to win twice when it comes to real estate. But I'm getting a lot of DMs now from people, a lot of messages, upset that they missed the Dogecoin boat, that they're upset that they missed out, and they have regret. And I know what that feels like. It's an awful feeling to a year ago or even in January to think to yourself, I want to buy Dogecoin and then not do it. And then now to see the price at well over 50 cents a coin. What is it now? 57 cents, and it's still rising. It's up 37% in the last 24 hours. This is unbelievable. So here's what I'm going to say to you guys that felt like they missed the Dogecoin boat, or they feel like they missed the Bitcoin boat. First of all, if you didn't buy Dogecoin in January, you didn't buy Dogecoin last year, you didn't buy Bitcoin, you can't have regret about that, because ultimately you can't say, but I wanted to, because those sentences mean absolutely nothing, right? You either bought it or you didn't. You might have had intentions to buy it, but if you didn't buy it, then you didn't buy it. And the way I like to say, you didn't want it enough, okay? Because hunters hunt, shooters shoot. Big players make big plays. So, for example, I have a friend. She's a great girl. She has a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. I don't know the situation. To be honest, I don't really care. I don't believe in traditional relationships for the most part. Anyway, he tried to buy some coins. He couldn't buy the coins because his driver's license was expired, which is his fault. And now that he's seen Dogecoin skyrocket, he's blaming her. He's blaming her. To me, that's ridiculous. If you didn't buy something, you can't blame someone else who wasn't actively preventing you from buying something, right? It's not like he said to her, hey, I think I have a great investment opportunity for us. I want to buy some Dogecoin. And she was like, nah, F that. I don't like Doge. That's not what happened. He didn't do that. And there are, with crypto, there are many ways to buy coins. Most platforms will ask for your ID now. So, it's something you got to be aware of. But there are platforms that if you go internationally and you might not have to do that. But again, I want to be very clear. Whatever you do decide to do in the crypto world, if you do make money on crypto and you sell, you do have to report it to the IRS. You do have to report capital gains. Now, personally, for me, I'm a long-term holder. I've been holding it for years, so I'm already well into long-term gains if I were to sell. I am not selling now because I believe the crypto market, especially what I have, has a lot of room to run. I think we're in the middle of the bull run right now. Again, not financial advice. Let me put that on the bottom here. Let me put a banner here. I haven't turned the sun off. Sorry, guys. Let me throw a banner up here. Hold on. Creative. Oh, yeah, here we go. Show. There we go. I threw the banner up. This is not financial advice. So do not buy anything based on this live stream. I'm just here to help you manage your feelings of regret. So, like most of you probably, I didn't buy any Bitcoin. I never bought Bitcoin, never held Bitcoin ever. It's a coin from my logic, it was too expensive. I would have rather had $10,000 coins than one $10,000 coin. So I never bought any Bitcoin. But I also never really had regret about not buying Bitcoin, because the reality is it wasn't meant for me. It wasn't meant to be, and it wasn't meant for me because I didn't buy it. And I have a friend down here in Mexico. She's a multimillionaire. She made her money playing poker, and now she makes her money from cryptocurrency, and she's a multimillionaire. And she'll buy a coin, she'll make double, triple her money, and she'll sell it. And then she says she'll never look again at the coin. And if she does happen to come across that coin and sees that it went up 10, 20 times, she doesn't care, because her mindset is, it gave me 2 to 3 times my money. I got what I needed, and I don't care that I could have 20 times my money. I still made money off of it. And so my whole point is, you might have missed the Dogecoin run. You might have. This is a meme coin. You might have missed it. I still think Saturday, when Elon goes on Saturday Night Live, he already called himself the Doge Father of Saturday Night Live. So I expect him to do something for Dogecoin on Saturday Night Live. I think he's going to do something like a skit, wear a shirt. He's going to shout it out. He's going to do something for Dogecoin, I believe, on Saturday Night Live. And that's probably why people are racing into the coin right now, because they're expecting a pop on Saturday. Keep in mind, though, that people, especially some smart investors, smart or whatever, people just want the profits, they'll sell on the news. So an example of that is, and I've, as a stock investor for almost a decade now, what I've seen is I've watched companies, especially small market caps, have amazing earning reports. Amazing. Beat earnings, beat revenue, beat EPS, earning per share. And then the stock price falls. And I'm like, how is that possible? This company just raised guidance. This company just killed it, but the price goes down. Well, the reason why is simple. People sell the news. They see good news. They believe, well, I'm going to take the profits off the table. And then they end up causing the price to fall. In that kind of situation, when you see a strong earnings report, but you see a price fall, in my opinion, not financial advice, in my opinion, the way I see it, is a buying opportunity. If the company looks strong and the price goes down, then you're getting it on a discount. That's my opinion. Now, as far as Dogecoin, again, you can't have that much regret. Okay, you missed it, you didn't buy it, move on with your life. Just try not to avoid an opportunity in the future. That's the best thing you could do, is learn and adapt. You know, start to study other coins, for example. There are tons of coins out there, none of which I'm going to tell you guys to invest in, but there are coins that are making big moves right now. I mean, I'll pull up the coin market cap page, and you guys can take a look at it right now with me. Hold on a second. Let me remove my screen. I don't know what's on it right now. Okay, add to stream. Here we go, we're back. So if you guys want to track cryptocurrency, I recommend you guys use coinmarketcap.com. It is an awesome platform that basically shows you everything you need to know about the crypto market in a snapshot. Now, the most important number, in my opinion, in the crypto market is the total market cap, which you'll see right up top here. Total market cap. Boom. You guys see that? 2.24 trillion. Crazy. Now, I actually found a Facebook post for myself that I wrote 3 years ago when the crypto market cap went down to $200 billion. So 3 years ago, it was 10% of this. So you could just see the overall industry growth. A lot of experts are predicting that the market cap of crypto is going to go to $5 trillion. And so what you're going to see is that means on average, the coins are all going to have to double from here. If it happens, there's a chance it doesn't. There's a chance this all collapses. Now, also keep in mind that Bitcoin is the market leader in terms of market cap as well as market share, meaning the coin that is owned the most is Bitcoin. However, that's been dropping over the past couple of months. Bitcoin ownership of the whole crypto market is a lot smaller than it used to be. And you could see it quickly right here. Crypto is worth 2.24 trillion overall, and Bitcoin makes up 1 trillion of that. So it's less than 50% now. And that's a good sign for the altcoins. Altcoins mean alternative coins. So you look at Ethereum, for example. Ethereum's up 30% this week, 4% in the last day. Huge gains. And you could sort this by gains. The last 24 hours, Dogecoin and Ethereum Classic are the two biggest winners by far. I am an Ethereum Classic holder. I am not a Dogecoin holder. And if you look at the last 7 days, last week, with Dogecoin, you would have doubled your money. With Ethereum Classic, you would have doubled your money too, basically. So that's pretty cool. There are a lot of opportunities here, as you guys can see. There's Chainlink. That's been getting a lot of spotlight too. Waves is a big one. Litecoin. I've been a Litecoin holder for 3 years now, and I got to say, I bought the coin because it was one of the first coins listed on Coinbase, but it's been very boring action for Litecoin overall. It's been between 200 and 350 for the past 3 years. Really, my money would have been better working on another coin, but again, I'm believing that Litecoin will have its day eventually, but not now. That day is not now, but still, not financial advice. Ethereum, $3,400. Oh my God. That's beautiful, beautiful. And now you have experts, some financial experts that are saying Ethereum is going to hit 5K. I'll pull that up for you guys so you guys can see I'm not BSing you. Again, this is not financial advice. Let's see, Ethereum 5K. Wow. All right, let's pull this article up. Here you go. Ethereum has a 6% chance of hitting 5K by June 2021. There are experts that say that it's going to hit it within this week. So, who knows? Not financial advice. Look at the bottom ticker, not financial advice. Let's read some comments. Santos Rodriguez says, how much money can you make? Well, Santos, it all depends on how much you're willing to risk. And I'm going to say risk, not invest, because I still do think that there are risks to crypto that don't exist in the stock market. I am very pro crypto, by the way, but I still acknowledge that there are some unknown risks. But again, if you have $1,000 to invest and you put it in a coin, maybe you'll double it, right? But Dogecoin is such a unique opportunity where had you invested $1,000 in Dogecoin in January, you'd have about 50 grand right now. You would have 50 times your money if you did it in January, maybe more. You might have had more than 50 grand off of 1,000. So there are opportunities like that, but you have to understand that Dogecoin is uncommon. Dogecoin is uncommon. What happened to Bitcoin, what happened to Dogecoin, what's happened to Ethereum is uncommon if you were an early investor, because you could have got Ethereum for a few bucks and now each coin is worth $3,000. I mean, that's rare to see 15,000 time gains. That's not common. So again, you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot. But from what I've seen in crypto, if you're investing in good products, in good projects with good leadership and good case uses, you'll probably make money right now, currently in this bull market. But again, I'd be scared to buy right now because it's at the peak. You know, last week we just had a flash crash. We had a flash crash where crypto went down like 30-40% overall for most people. And that was a great opportunity to come in and buy had you keeping your eye on the market. So if I were you, I would say the best way to invest in crypto, if you have not invested yet, and again, not financial advice, but what I would do is I would do what's called dollar cost averaging. All right. And I'll explain to you what dollar cost averaging is right now, because this is really important for you guys to know. And I want to be clear. The reason why I talk about crypto is because my website, as you guys know, is befreemysheeple.com, which I'll pull up in a second. Let me pull it up now, actually, because I want to take you guys to my website. All right, this is my website, guys. And my website, when I started it 3 years ago, it was originally supposed to be about financial freedom. It was supposed to be about not working a 9-to-5 job. It was supposed to be about starting your own businesses, investing, so that you don't have to be tethered to a boss or to working hours. That's how I've been free for the last 4 years. I haven't had a full-time job in 4 years. I've been living off of stock, savings, and cryptocurrency, which has been great. Plus, I've had very small income coming in over the last couple of years, really because my blogging career hasn't taken off like I was hoping it would have. But that's okay. That's okay. We got time. I'm in no rush to make this stuff work. So anyway, as you guys know, I became very politically active in 2019. Well, 2020. Started my YouTube channel about Trump and the election. And at one point, my YouTube was making $5,000 a month before the election. So finally, I had created a decent income from blogging, which was amazing. But then, of course, after the election, my traffic tanked. I got in trouble a few times with medical misinformation. So my traffic's down. That's okay. No problem. But this is my website. And the theme really is freedom across the board. Freedom from thinking like freedom from being brainwashed by propaganda, for example. Freedom in terms of traveling the world. Freedom in terms of being single. I love being single. I personally don't like being in a closed traditional relationship. And now freedom from a financial world through crypto. So my website's core theme is freedom. That's all it's about. And if you look at the titles on my website, the categories, you should see that theme is consistent. Dating. If you click the dating section, you'll see I talk about controlling partners, why research shows you sleep better next to dogs, why I'm not going to settle down anytime soon, why life is too short to be in a bad relationship, why I love being single. So again, it's all about loving being single. The other section is dogs. I think having dogs has made me more fulfilled and happier. They fulfill a lot of my emotional needs. You can see here, single man spends Valentine's Day with rescue dogs in need of homes. I did that. Man travels all over the world with his dogs. That's what I do. You go to health. I got a lot of categories here. COVID-19. Because again, I can't be censored on my own website, so I could be a little more flexible in what I talk about here. So I have a section, COVID-19, fitness, food, freedom, gout, which is a disease I have, and mental health. Mental health is very important. And I think COVID has exposed that for a lot of people. So I talk about mental health issues, politics, of course. I do a lot of stuff about New York, where I'm from, Florida, where I lived. Technology, I talk about big tech and censorship because I don't like that. We're supposed to have freedom of speech. Travel. So I break it down by country for you, as well as with the U.S. by city. So you could search Iceland, Japan, Mexico, Thailand, Philippines, USA, Vietnam. I had been to almost 40 countries, but I wasn't a blogger for most of them. So I don't have content here for most of those countries, which means I better go back at some point. And then I have about me, contact me, press, and all my social links. So my website's been cleaned up. I spent 8 hours one day cleaning up my website for you guys to make it easy to navigate, easy to understand, and now it's easy to see the theme. So if you guys want to check it out. Also, I was on Donald Trump's YouTube channel. Check it out. Check it out. Donald Trump put me on his YouTube. Hell yeah. I was so proud of this. Oh, there I am. I started becoming politically involved 2019, and I was living in Thailand, actually. That's right. Looking at the chaos of America. Yep. And I saw that all my friends from New York City, I'm from New York City, they all were like very anti-Trump. And I said, how is it possible that I rarely see any good news about this guy? So anyway, check the website. Back to what I was talking about. So if you are a new investor for the first time and you want to buy coins today, I'm warning you, you're buying at the height. So you got to be careful, because if you buy today and the market drops, you're going to be like, what the hell just happened? I thought I was going to make instant money. I got friends who bought Dogecoin last week at 40 cents, and then it dropped down to 25 cents. They all lost like 40% of their money. But I told them, I said, just relax and hold. It's going to come back. And now it's at 50 cents, 50 plus. So now they're up 20%, 25%. And so again, you got to be prepared to stomach and weather short-term losses. All right, so dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging is probably one of the smartest ways to invest, in my opinion. Not financial advice. Let's pretend you have $1,000 and you want to invest it in Dogecoin. Let's say you buy it today. You're going to buy all your Dogecoin for 57 cents. If next week Dogecoin drops to 40 cents, you're going to be pissed off. But if you do dollar cost averaging, instead of putting all of your money in at once, you only put a set amount in at once. So let's say 10%. So maybe today you buy $100 worth. tomorrow you buy $100, the next day 100, the next day 100, the next. So what you're doing is, because you're breaking up your buys, you're actually buying at different price points. Just you're literally riding the volatility waves. So some days you might get in higher than you bought in at first. Some days you might get in lower, but it's going to average out to the trend line, and that's called dollar cost averaging. And that's a great way to not feel like you bought at the wrong price, because now you bought at 10 prices. And if you're wrong, then you were wrong 10 times, which is much harder to do. It's harder to be wrong 10 times than it is to be wrong once. So dollar cost averaging is probably what I would recommend for you guys. All right, now I'm going to go through some comments since you guys have joined me today. So Derek, I'm not going to be talking about the V anymore, the pandemic on YouTube. It's not worth it for me because they're coming after me for medical misinformation. So if you guys want my thoughts on C19 or the vaccine, not going to be on YouTube anymore. You'll have to go to Rumble, or you'll have to go to my website, Rumble, Adam Francisco, or my website, which is befreemysheeple.com, to get my opinion, because I'm avoiding that topic altogether now. So there's a guy, yes, it was called Pizza Day. That guy. So about 10 years ago, some kids offered to buy a pizza for 10,000 Bitcoins. And at the time, Bitcoins were worth pennies. So the delivery guy said, sure, I'll take that trade, whatever. Today, those coins are worth $600 million. So that's considered the most expensive pizzas of all time. They've actually tracked down through the blockchain some of the coins, and it looks like in the original wallet, there's only 4,500 coins left. So that means, poor guy only has about $300 million in his account now. The other coins were used, spent, given away, whatever it was. But honestly, good for him. That's just unbelievable. Lone Wolf, no regrets. You can't have regrets in life. You just can't. Regrets are so unhealthy to have, right? You make mistakes, you learn. If you repeat the same mistake, then you can have some regrets, because it shows you haven't learned your lesson. But the first time you make a mistake, don't have regret. Just adapt and move forward. Sean Ellis tried to buy with his card, but it wouldn't work on the sites. Yeah, a lot of credit cards and debit cards, they have a lot of security against these crypto. They're I don't know why they do it. Maybe it's for safety, but maybe it's because the banks are threatened by crypto. Maybe they want to make it harder for you guys to buy. So again, I bought all my stuff 3 years ago when things were a little bit easier. But again, you could Google. There are ways to buy without a credit card. You could do wire transfers. You could do debit cards. You could work with a friend, give him cash. He could buy the coins, transfer them into your wallet on your behalf. So there are workarounds that you guys could investigate. So Tyler, I'm not going to tell you which platforms I personally use, but I will say that some of the most popular platforms are platforms like Binance. Coinbase is a big one that just went public on the stock market. So if you are looking to invest, Coinbase is good. Crypto.com is good. Binance, Webull, Robinhood allows crypto trading, but I don't trust Robinhood. That thing goes down it went down today. So, you got to be careful with Robinhood, because a lot of times they screw you. They don't take from the poor. They don't take from the rich, give to the poor. They take from the poor and give to the rich. Red Street says there's so many coins to choose from. Yeah. So what I recommend is you got to take a balanced approach. You should invest if you really want to be a gambler, then you invest in like these ridiculous coins. One coin, it just exploded, called Safe Moon. And that coin is like less than a penny. So people are like getting 1 billion coins for like $1,000 or whatever. And it makes them feel good that they're holding up, that they're a billionaire. But what I would do is, if I were you, if you really want to shoot for the moon, and you're going to take a risk, just buy some like crap coin, right? And just maybe you get lucky. But if you want to be a legit investor, diversify, just like anything else in life, stock market, dating, income sources, you want to have diversified income sources. So I would always pair your investments in risky coins with stable coins. Now, I'm not going to call Ethereum stable or Bitcoin stable, because they fluctuate like crazy too, but they are market leaders. They've been around for many years. They have uses in the real world. So I would do a blend of a few coins. That's what I've done. I own about 7 coins right now. All of them are wildly up. Every single coin I have is up. But right now, in the last week, some coins are down, but my biggest holdings are up, and that's just sheer luck. So again, diversification is going to be the most important thing if you want to protect yourself against any single coin tanking. Yeah, Ripple. There are a lot of believers in Ripple, man. Ripple is a coin that's pretty well priced right now. It just tanked, actually, and I say tanked, but it just dropped. Like, let me see what it's at. Sorry, guys. Tara just sent me a photo. Let me see where Ripple is. Ripple's at $1.41. It's down 10% in the last 24 hours. It was $1.57. It hit $1.34, and now it's $1.42. So again, if you're looking to buy Ripple, it did just drop. So there could be an opportunity there where you buy now and then you ride the wave back up. But again, not financial advice. I'm not an expert. I don't want your money. I'm not going to take your money. And you're getting a lot of free advice here. There are gurus that charge you for this kind of stuff, but honestly, you could find all this stuff online if you wanted to. I just get all my research from YouTubes and from like places like investorcube.com. And then I have friends that I exchange ideas with. Let's see what else. Mr. Born Bullfish, we got a whale on our hands. We got a whale. I love hearing this story, man. I'm curious though, what investment did you, what level did you buy Doge at 2 years ago? I don't care about how much you invested, whether it was $100 or $1,000 or $1 million. I don't care. I just want to know what price you got at so I could figure out how much your money multiplied by, because that's what it's all about. It's all about multiples when it comes to investments. Whether you have $100 or $1,000 or $1 million, it's not about how much you made. It's about how much you multiplied. That's what you have to realize. Because I have friends that are multimillionaires from cryptocurrency right now, but that's also because they had bigger balls than I did. When when Bitcoin was down to 3,000, they invested 100 grand last March. And so for me, I was too scared to do that. They weren't. So it's really not about how much you make. It's all relative to how much you invest. What I care about is multiple. That's all I care about. Yeah, Safe Moon, man. I don't know. I feel like Safe Moon's still a bit of a meme coin. I don't know too much about Safe Moon. So don't take my advice about Safe Moon. It could end up being a huge windfall for a lot of people. And honestly, I'm happy when people win in crypto. I'm happy when they earn money. I'm happy when they get financial freedom. I am so happy when I'll show you some stories that that really put a smile on my face. And this is about Dogecoin. Give me a second to pull this up. Yeah, this is one guy that I really, I'm proud of this guy. Check this out. This software engineer used crypto to buy his dream home for $650,000. I mean, that's just, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of this guy. You know, it's, he apparently, if you guys read the article, he sold his house. He didn't sell. He didn't have a house. He sold all of his stocks to go in on crypto. So here you go. Around 2 years ago, Leonard went all in on crypto, taking a big bet on the relatively new asset class. When I realized the potential of crypto and I realized how well it was doing for me in the beginning, I sold all of my stocks, my 401k, everything. I moved it all to crypto. Now that's a strategy that if you did that, good for you. I didn't do that. I still have a 401k. It's crazy. The reason why I have a 401k is because I don't want to get hit with the big tax bill. If you liquidate your 401k before you're of retirement age, you get a huge penalty for doing that. But then you got to realize, who cares about a 30-40% penalty if your money's going to multiply by 100 times? So, I could have been a multi-millionaire by now had I done these things. But again, this whole point of this live stream is like, don't have regret. Like, you didn't do that, then don't think about that. Be happy with what you have, or learn for the future and adapt. So this one guy here, he's done 440 times his money. Do you guys hear these numbers? 440 times your money. Like, think about that. That means if you put in $10, 4,440, hold on. 10 times 440. Yeah, 10. If you put in $10 you'd have 4,400. Might not seem that impressive because it's only, but let's do it. Let's do a real number. Let's do $1,000. If you put in $1,000, you would have had $440,000. So, $1,000 investment, most people could afford. Well, I'm not gonna say most, but most investors can afford. That's like lottery tickets, and that's crazy. Cargan Peterson said, "Is it too late to buy a Doge?" Honestly, this is not financial advice. I think it's going to pop on Saturday. I think Saturday we're going to see Dogecoin go nuts. I'll show you why in a second. Doge Father. Yeah, let's pull this article for you guys. Doge Father tweet. Okay. Oh, here it is. I got to pull the Twitter, guys. Hold on one second. My internet runs a little slow when I'm live streaming because it's pulling in all the resources for the live stream. Okay. That's a stream. Here we go. So as you guys know, Elon Musk is going to do Saturday Night Live this Saturday. And he tweeted, the Doge Father, SNL May 8th. So I believe the reason why Dogecoin is running up right now is because people are expecting something to happen on the 8th where he's going to do some kind of promotion or skit about Dogecoin. So it's 57 cents right now, I believe. Let me check the price. 56 right now. Honestly, my prediction, it might hit $1 on Saturday. It might. It's only Tuesday. We got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It might hit $1. And then if it does that, you're going to have maybe a cooling off period because people are going to sell the news. And then possibly people buying back in because it'll be like a discount. I don't know. But I wouldn't say it's too late to buy Doge. But I don't own any, and I'm not going to touch Doge because I'm very happy with my portfolio right now. I'm happy with Ethereum. I'm happy with Ethereum Classic. I'm happy with VeChain, even though VeChain's been stable. But yeah, I personally am not touching Dogecoin, but I'm watching people, and I'm happy for them. Yeah, Mrs. Born Bullish said it best. Do your research and buy into coins that have good partnerships and backers. Find out what its use case is. Read the white paper and see if they're keeping up with their websites and social platforms. Exactly. I could not have said it any better myself. Do your research. This is just my opinions. And again, I'm not a financial expert. I have no degrees in finance. I have no, I'm not accredited in anything. I'm just a blogger on YouTube who likes to interview people and share my opinion. So do not invest based on this live stream. I can't be any clearer than that. We're just doing an info dump right here. We're just sharing. We're mind melding. We're just sharing right now. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. Mrs. Born Bullish. You make me happy. Now some people are probably reading that and they're probably jealous that she 1,000 times her money. But you can't be that way. Instead, you got to realize when she made that investment, she probably had, regular average lifestyle, average income. And she did it. And she showed that it's possible. So we all have to look at her, admire her, respect her, and be grateful for her. Because one day that could be us. And so I've never 1,000 times any of my investments. Ever. It's never happened for me. I have multiplied some of my investments by 20, 25 times, and I'm thrilled with that. But for you, Miss Born Bullish, congratulations. I hope that you put $1,000 in, and I hope that that'll be $1 million. If you put $1,000 in and you multiplied by 1,000, you'd have $1 million. And I hope that $1 million is going to good use for you and your family. I hope that, you consider buying a property with that money. I hope that, you consider leaving. That's legacy money at some point, So I hope that, you do really well with that. And congratulations. I'm very happy for you. Dogecoin wants to be the coin of payment, not like Bitcoin, which is the new gold standard. Bitcoin will get back on. Yeah. Again, I think most experts are saying that Bitcoin is going to hit 100 grand soon on this run. Not me. I'm not an expert, but what they're saying, it might hit 100 grand. So that's awesome if it does. Dogecoin has been used in the Maverick Stadium. They've done over 6,000 transactions so far. So there definitely is usage with Dogecoin in terms of daily exchanging. But again, I'm not using it right now. Yeah, I mean, partnerships can be useless marketing nonsense, but sometimes they're not. Like, for example, Tesla, that's a real partnership. The fact that Tesla allows you to buy a car with Bitcoin, to me, that's a legit partnership. The fact that there are real estate companies now that are doing real estate sales as well as buying in crypto, that's a real partnership. The fact that you can really do things now in the real world with other people that believe in crypto, that shows that there are real partnerships that are happening. A lot of partnerships, you're right, Chris, are hyped up, or they don't come to fruition, or they're small tests that really will have no impact on the business. But you're right, you got to do research, and that's why I'm a big fan of diversifying. Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, there's going to be a bear market at some point, but I don't see the bear market hitting 90% losses at this point. Only because there's a lot more holders, there's a lot more usage, the tech's developed. There are new coins popping up all the time, but a lot of the bad coins and the bad exchanges have been weeded out in the last 3 years. So I don't know. I'm just I think right now the best thing to do is ride the wave, study the analysts. Now you guys also got to understand that the mainstream media is there to scare you. You'll see a lot of hit pieces against crypto, and I believe the reason why they do hit pieces is because they want to take the price that they can buy. It's my theory. I don't know if it's true. Yep, there we go, Ms. Born Bullish. Generational wealth. That's all it is. You know, it's funny. People who know me and see me in the real world, they don't know what I have. And again, I don't care about what I have. It's not important because ultimately I don't touch my investments. If I touch them, then they're not growing for me. So I live very frugally. And to me, that has brought me a lot of peace of mind and happiness in my life. You know, my rent right now in Mexico is $450 a month. $450 a month. Could I afford to stay in a $2,000 a month luxury lavish apartment? Of course. But I'd rather have that $1,500 working for me in the market right now than spending it here. I'm happy with what I have right now. I'm very happy with where I live. You guys could check it out. It's my bed. I got a little hammock. I got a little roof. I got beautiful views out here, guys. Check this out. Beautiful views of the city. Check it out. So I am very frugal, but because I'm frugal, I am a man of freedom, and I am free. And that to me is the most important thing. I don't want to work for a man or a woman or a they. I don't want to work for anybody. I want to be free. Chris R., I'm not going to debate anybody because simply because you don't have a picture of who you are in your profile. I don't know who you are. I have no idea who you are, and I know nothing about you. So I am not going to debate someone who I know nothing about. That's just the bottom line. So even though I am a YouTuber, even though I am an Instagrammer, even though I have a blog, I'm very careful who I'll allow into my life. I'm very careful who I will allow, onto my channel. Because you got to realize I can't have someone who disagrees with me to such a level that will say something that'll get my channel shut down. I don't know your agenda. That's the problem. I don't know if I'm going to put you on my channel because I will debate people, no problem. But I just don't know if I'm going to have someone on my channel and they're just going to start screaming things that are going to get banned on YouTube. So there's a risk to me of having someone on the channel who I don't know. That's just the reality. Now, if you want to add me on Instagram, Adam Francisco, so I can vet your profile, so I could see that you're not some random dude, that you have years of content, that I could do a little fact checking on who you are, then we could consider having you on our podcast, which is me and Tara, our podcast, which I don't know if you guys have, I don't know if all of you have listened, but the good news is, this is pretty exciting, guys. We are now on Apple and Spotify, which is so exciting. So if you guys want to go to Apple or Spotify, you could check out our podcast, or you can go to the website, thetnashow.com, thetnashow.com. Here it is. You can click this article right here, and you'll get all the links to our podcast. So you'll get the Apple podcast, you'll get Spotify podcast. Oh, shit, my links aren't working. I got to fix that. But anyway, just go and search Apple Podcasts and search on Spotify the TNA show, or you could type in Adam Francisco, or you could type in Tara Sapansky, and we'll come up any way you guys look. Let's see how cryptos do in the market. 2.22 pulled back a little bit. Yeah, Dogecoin dropped 2 cents. It's okay. It's always healthy when the coins go down. It means that people are selling, it's cooling off, and then it'll consolidate and go back up usually. Chris R., that's definitely an interesting solution. We could definitely pre-record the debate. No problem doing that. The reason why I like live streams, though, is I like the audience interaction because they get to submit questions, too. They get to fact check, too, in real time. But again, add me on Instagram. Let me vet who you are. I have no idea who you are. And we can consider having you on the show and doing something, with us. No problem. Let's see. Thanks, LP. Yeah, that's exactly it. Only about 10% of Americans own crypto right now, 10%. So think about where the market could possibly be when it's 20%. What about when it's 1 in 5 people that own crypto? I mean, the sky right now is sky's the limit right now. So that's a pretty cool opportunity. And Chris R., by the way, I'm left leaning too. I know you think that I'm some kind of like hardcore conservative, and that's a very big misinterpretation of Trump supporters. I am not a conservative. I do have some conservative perspectives on issues, but I am not by no means a conservative. I don't even believe in marriage personally. I do think marriage is good for society. I think having a mother and father in the house is good for a child. That is a somewhat conservative value, but I am not pro-traditional marriage, so that would be a liberal value. I'm very pro-trans rights. That's a liberal value. I just don't think that they should compete against biological women. That is a scientific value. That is not a conservative value. That is a scientific common sense value. I am pro-guns, so that is a conservative value, but I am also pro-gun legislation. I think that we do need to have background checks and make it hard to buy guns. Funny enough, we actually do have that, and we still have a lot of gun problems. Look at Chicago. Criminals will always find a way to get guns. People don't realize that. So you could pass all the laws you want, but realistically, if a criminal wants it, they'll do that. And if you ban guns, criminals will have cars or knives or trucks, and there's other ways for them to attack people. At this point, we need to have responsible gun owners across America, so that if some unhinged lunatic decides to walk into a supermarket or a movie theater, there is an army, a small militia of good Americans that are trained with a gun that can fight and defend back and have a fair shot. So that to me is, again, I'm a man of common sense. They're not conservative, not liberal, common sense. Healthcare, yeah, I do think we should have better healthcare in America. I'd love to have some kind of basic universal healthcare. That is a liberal ideology. I'm okay with that. I do think that we need to have low government regulation, that we need to keep being a capitalist society. It's not necessarily a conservative value, but that's more of a Republican value. So again, I am a big mix based on every issue. But the one issue I'm probably most consistent on is probably pro-life. Within reason, I don't think that we should get rid of abortion clinics because, as I said about guns, there are people that are still going to do those things. So the worst case would be a woman wants an abortion, can't get an abortion, so then she goes in an alleyway. I don't want that either. So I'm very logical, and I have a lot of common sense when it comes to these issues. And I think you think something different of me because I'm a Trump supporter. The reason why I love Donald Trump is because he is America first. And I think every president and leader and prime minister of the world in their country should put their citizens first before opening their doors for the world. I think that's just a common sense principle in a leader. I also like Trump because I love his personality. I'm a New Yorker. He's a New Yorker. He's blunt. I'm blunt. He's honest. I'm honest. He's direct. I'm direct. I like the way he presents himself. I also like the fact that he's an underdog and that he goes against the establishment who clearly have an agenda and they're out for him. And I like the fact that he's the first person that goes, I'm going to call you out for what you are. So there are a lot of reasons why I like Trump that go beyond politics. It also comes down to my personal preference in personalities. You know, I think Donald Trump has a great personality. Someone might hate his person. I get it. That's fine. But when you look at Donald Trump's personality, when you look at his politics, they've been very good for America. Globally reduced wars, globally reduced deaths, put America first, strengthen our borders. You know, unarmed shooting of black men decreased under Trump versus Obama. People don't realize that. So Trump was nothing but good for America. People just didn't like him, and that's it. So we could debate, but we're probably going to see. It's not even going to be a debate. It's going to be more of a conversation. So Chris says, I don't have Insta. I'm not a girl. That doesn't sound very left-leaning, Chris. That sounds like you're stereotyping by gender. Now you're sounding like a conservative, falling into traditional gender norms. Maybe you are right-leaning, Chris. Maybe you don't know it yet. So I don't even go to Breitbart or 4chan. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't use Breitbart and I don't use 4chan. I don't even know how to use 4chan. That thing is so confusing. 4chan and 8kun, whatever those are, I don't know how to use them because I don't even understand how they work. So no, I don't use 4chan or Breitbart. So that's the thing that you don't realize. Yes, it did go to rich people. Yes, it went to big corporations. Yes, it boosted their profitability. Yes, it boosted money in their pockets. But it also allows them to hire more people. It also allows them to invest in their companies. So what you have to realize is there are good things about tax cuts for rich people. Now, I do want to show you guys what happens when you have tax cuts for the rich. If my internet is actually going to work. Let's see if I can find this. Here we go. Here we go. I'm pulling it up for you guys. So this is what happens when you have a leader that puts America first. Right over here. Unemployment hits the all-time low. I don't want French. Whatever, it's in French. Okay, now it's back to English. Thank God. Look, under Trump, 4.4% unemployment. 3.9%. 3.7%. Record low of all time, 3.7% under Trump. This is because of COVID, which was whatever. I'm not talking about that here. Not falling into the trap, YouTube. So this is what happens when you have a president that incentivizes companies to hire American, to keep factories in America, to give tax cuts to the rich, to give tax cuts to the corporations. This is what happens. We had record low unemployment. We had record low unemployment under Trump for Black Americans, Latino Americans, women, Asian Americans, and the LGBT community. Every marginalized community, I put this because I don't think that I'm marginalized. I don't know what that means. I've only thrived in America and I'm Mexican. That's what happens. So yeah, I'm for what Trump did, 100%. So anyway, guys, back to the point of the stream. Dogecoin. I know a lot of you missed the boat. I know some of you didn't, such as Miss. Where is she? Where's my girl? Where's my girl at? Such as Miss Bullish, Born Bullish. People like her did not miss the trend. And today she's celebrating and she's happy and she's independently free from crypto. If you want that, you have to have the courage and also the risk threshold to do the same thing today. And maybe in 3 years from now, you'll have your Miss Born Bullish story. There's also a chance that this is all a bubble and it all crashes. You need to acknowledge that fact. There's a lot of unknown risks here. But based on the 11, 12 years of data we have, crypto has been historically a very good bet, which means the best indicator of future performance is past and present performance. And so crypto has proven overall as a market to be strong. Again, it could all crash, but we don't know. And LP's right. Risk is part of the fun. It's kind of like having unprotected. I'm not going to say it on YouTube, but it's like that. It's risky, so it's fun. It gets your heart rate going a little bit because you're like, should I be doing this without an umbrella? Let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, I try to stick to like graphs and like people don't realize most of my opinions. It's not just because Trump told me so. It's because Trump told me something, and then I went and did my research to see if Trump was telling the truth. Now you could say that statistics can be played with. I get that point, but I'm very confident in my stance and what I believe in. All right, guys. Well, yeah, Chris, of course, because you can't decrease that much when you're already at 3.7%. You can't make that much change as you're trending towards zero. But when you're trending from 9%, 10%, it's easier to drop 0.7%. You're looking at it by percentage points, but you got to look at it as against the original number. Yeah, it's easy to drop 10% when you're at 9 or 10. But when you're at 3.7%, it's much harder to start moving it down because ultimately, as you trend towards zero, you're going to have people that are unemployed that will never be employed by choice. They want to live off welfare. They don't want a job. Like, you can't make much progress after a certain point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, unemployment is harder. Exactly. Like, how do you not get this? And all of Trump's tax cuts just helped unemployment go to where it was. I mean, that's just a fact. Well, that's the problem. Most Democrats and liberals can't. They only blame Trump for everything, but they can't give him any credit. What I have noticed though lately is I have a lot of interviews coming up on YouTube. I asked people, do you like Joe Biden? That video is coming out next. A lot of people are now finally saying, I will admit Trump wasn't that bad. It was just his personality I didn't like. They're finally admitting that because they see what Biden's doing to the country. So I'm happy now that people actually have the ability to say that. And I do think come 2022, we're going to have a red wave with the elections. And I do think come 2024, we're going to have the comeback. I think. We'll see what happens. But that's what I'm hoping for. What's up, Singing Preacher? Oh, Anthony, my boy. How you doing, man? You're looking good. I'm proud of your health journey, man. You've been doing some great things on Facebook. And I see your singing videos. You do some great karaoke. So keep doing that, brother. Yo, this guy, Chris, says Trump's biggest sin was that he did nothing to reduce climate change. Under Trump, we were energy independent for the first time in history. We had finally achieved energy independence. Of course, that's not good for the Democrats, which is why Biden shut down the Keystone Pipeline, and now we're depending back on the Middle East. So, yeah, we were energy independent under Trump. Secondly, it's not America that's causing all the pollution in the world. It's China and it's India. And they don't regulate their stuff. China's going through so much coal right now. China during the pandemic is just pumping out coal. Why should America be responsible for the world's pollution when we're not even causing most of it? Believing that America has some pollution obligation is kind of like the same logic of BLM ignoring the number one cause of Black lives being murdered. It's the same logic. It's like, let's focus on the 14 unarmed black men, but let's ignore all the black men that are being killed within our own communities. It's like let's ignore China and India and their pollution and what they're doing to the world, but let's focus on the United States and what we're doing when we're already a very responsible country. So I don't really want to get into that stuff right now. This point of this is not about Trump. The point is about Doge. It's about Dogecoin. Let's go. There you go. Chris, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. He finally got prison reform done. And yes, he went into North Korea, and that was a wonderful thing. He went there without any Social Security. He just walked across the board, Social Security, without any Secret Service. I didn't say we're doing anything bad. America is very responsible as it is already. We have one of the fastest growing electric vehicle in the world. We became energy independent under Trump. There are so many green companies that are popping up, and they're being rewarded by consumers. That's really what it comes down to. Is consumers need to be the ones that are going to say, energy is so important to us, and clean energy and being green, that we are going to support companies that do that. That's how you make progress. That's the bottom line, because you have lobbyists and corporations that are going to pay off these government officials. That's what we all know this. We all know this. Everyone is compromised. And so we, the consumers, are the ones who have to make that decision. Look at Coke. They stood against the voter laws in Georgia. Then they got boycotted by all the conservatives. You can't piss off 75 million Americans who will stop buying your products. And then they said, you know what, guys? We were wrong. They backtracked because consumers have the power. So that's who's the ones who need to determine which companies thrive and which ones fail. If you care so much about green companies and a green planet, only invest in companies that do that. That's what you should be doing. And then you should be encouraging your network, and you should be sharing alternatives. Start a website called alternativegreenproducts.com. All right, Chris? And have a list of the most popular products, highlight everything they're doing wrong to the environment, and then present us with a company that's doing everything green. And say to people, if you liked Coke, you might like this instead. That's how you can make a difference. I just gave you an idea. That could be $1 million idea. Yeah, and it's funny, Chris. You have what is John Kerry, your climate change expert? Whatever he is. Guy takes private jets by himself all over the country. Takes private jets. This is your guy that's telling you how to manage climate change? Come on. Get out of here with that nonsense. Guy should be bike riding across the country. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, don't have regrets. Adapt and learn for the future. All right? That's all you could do. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. If you did, make sure to give it a like. Make sure you subscribe. And if you guys can, go to the tnashow.com on Apple, Spotify. Give us a 5-star review if you can. If you like the show, give us a review if you like it. Check out Be Free My Sheeple. Add it to your homepage. I'm trying to update 2-3 times a week. So that should be a very updated website. And check out my Patreon, $5 a month memberships. Keeps me going. I don't make much money because, I'm in trouble with a lot of big tech right now. So I'm okay with crypto and stocks, but still, it always helps when you guys support my work financially through Patreon. And then Rumble. If you guys want to see some spicy content, you go to Rumble. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate you guys joining me today. Good luck with all your investments. I hope that all of us at some point have generational wealth through crypto. I really do. I hope all of you become very rich one day. And even if you don't become rich, you don't have to think about money ever again. That's the hope for all of us. So enjoy, everybody. God bless. God bless. My voice just cracked. Oh, God bless. God bless America. God bless Trump. And as always, guys, before I end this broadcast, be free, my sheeple.